Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's nothing.
That was a really long pause for it to be nothing. We've just been in our idle animation while you've just been like, wait.
No, yeah, Nyrelion was just like, oh no, pulls out a hunk of bread.
and then like Aiden's
Well, I'm sure it's nothing.
staring off at like
Yeah.
some light. Durok's like fiddling with his any tool, making it into different things. And then at some point, an NPC walks up, or like walks into that hallway, sees the four of us just in idle animations, and just like backs out of the hallway.
All right. So last we left off, you guys had gone to the made your way to the Foxglove townhouse, finding your way there. Going inside, you first scouted the premises looking for any undead or magic. Didn't really detect anything of that sort, so you headed on inside. Going up and knocking on the door, you were greeted with the full likeness, no magic cover up or anything, of Aldrin Foxglove. Went to talk with him, not seeing a ruse. Everything was odd, to say the least, but nothing outright incorrect, as far as you could detect. Unfortunately, the ruse was hidden in that it was an aberration. No magic to detect for their transformation, and it was, in all essence, an ambush by him and, well, what looked like him and his wife, Aisha, as well as two mimic chairs.
Mm.
Did us dirty with that.
Yeah, you did. Absolutely the rest of the mimics for the chapter, though. No doubt in my mind.
Spent them all in one place.
So you guys, having heard guards coming up the street, obviously with the sounds of fighting and a few bombs,
Yes.
Windows being blown out.
rightfully so, there's guards on their way. As you guys are getting ready, figuring out how best to explain everything, you see Edan enter his idle animation.
Oh.
Epic.
That is where we left off. You see the guards coming up the street. There got maybe 30 seconds to a minute if there's anything you want to do. Oh, and one last thing of note. Nyrelion was down during that fight pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of a
Somehow
big
came
deal.
back.
Yep.
Somehow with half his hit points.
And just to be clear, I would like to make, like, for the record, I am just as in the dark on what the fuck is going on as you guys.
Can I?
Well, you said you had a dream, but you said you wanted to talk about it
Take some
after, so we'll see.
explaining, that's what Nyrelion said, yeah.
More than the time for the guards to come up would
Yes,
allow.
more than 30 seconds.
Could I do a quick detect magic on Nyrelion to see if I could see any like lingering wisps of magic? Because whatever brought him back from the brink of death had to be pretty.
Oh, aura would be
Potent.
strong, yeah.
At least I would imagine. So a quick cast of detect magic. Right, Nyrelion.
If I remember,
just...
Nyrelion detect magic himself as soon as we were out of combat and didn't see anything.
Oh, well, I don't know that.
Let me...
Nyrelion, I'm just gonna once over you with detect magic, see if there's anything lingering that might explain.
Go for it. I didn't see anything, but maybe
I'm just looking up a clarification quick.
Making my notes. My spells. Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, you do not detect magic.
Oh, I'm not seeing anything. Well, I guess let's deal with this
Deal with the
guard
guard.
issue first, and then we can circle back. And Aiden, oh, for crying out loud, just the time. Uh, who's the best talker in the group?
Oh, crap.
Minus glowy eyes
I
McGee over there.
I can manage.
We'll just answer their questions, I
Alright,
guess.
I mean,
I'll
we're not
manage.
in the wrong.
Looking in
I
Aiden's
can-
eyes, they're more fluorescent lights instead of sunlight at this point.
Well, I mean, yeah. Alright, well. I'm gonna put my hammer, fold my any tool back down into my belt and, you know,
Yeah.
come on, no blurry hands. Hands up. Kind of like showing hands like, hey, no,
Yeah.
I'll open the door.
Nyrelion will quickly like clean his blade off and then sheath it.
Mhm. Yeah, and at this point, the guards come up. One of them, led by a lieutenant, goes, "What happened here?" Sees you guys try and take in as much as he can. Then he sees the pile of raw hamburger on the ground. What the hell is that?
Oh, believe it or not, it actually didn't look much worse when it was alive. Sorry. The name's Durok. Durok Lightfist.
Tova, Light Fist.
Nyrelion.
Edan.
And that, yeah, that's our
Edan.
friend Aiden. We came here looking for Alderaan Foxglove, and we were found, and apparently Alderaan Foxglove led us up into his house. We started talking, and then he and his wife morphed into these horrible creatures, and then their chairs also attacked us,
Yep.
and we
Their
defended
chairs
ourselves.
turned into creatures that
Yeah.
had big mouths.
Do I remember what they were called? I remember passing the knowledge check. It was like something stalker.
Faceless.
Faceless.
Faceless stalker. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nyrelion, what did you say these things were called again?
They're called faceless stalkers. They're a type of aberration.
The stuff of nightmares for sure.
They are
You're
capable
welcome.
of shape-shifting and taking on the persona of people too.
I mean, it was a fight for our lives. I mean, literally everyone everyone except for Tova is covered in blood from injuries that have
Yep.
been healed or not healed.
Yeah, there's another one of these things gesturing down at the pile of hamburger upstairs, along with a couple of dead mimics.
You two, go upstairs, check it out. And two of the guards just run upstairs.
They're clearly using this house as like some sort of trap.
Or yeah, it was like some kind of.
They looked just like.
Exactly.
And talked like.
Exactly.
We're actually friends with Alderaan Foxglove. We're from Sandpoint. We're the Census Bureau of Sandpoint.
Or the scent.
Yeah.
The scene.
Edan and I met.
Oh, say Tova and I didn't know Alderaan by name, but Nyrelion and Aiden do.
Right.
Edan and I met Alden Foxglove back in Sandpoint a little over a month ago now, I would say.
Yeah, didn't you go hunting boar?
Yeah, we went boar hunting. It was really quite a nice experience. Yeah.
Lieutenant, what was your name?
Lieutenant Cordic.
Lieutenant Cordic. So we've got some other news that you should be aware of as well. the reason for our visit here to the Foxglove Manor, or town house, whatever you call it. We're tracking Aldrin Foxglove, and we suspect we come up from Sandpoint. They've been having a lot of ghoul problems, some horrific murders, and we've traced them back to Aldrin Foxglove. Investigated his manor up the also called the Misgivings, and discovered evidence that he had murdered his wife. Found his wife turned into a revenant upstairs, and we followed her as far as we could. She's tracking him. We are following her to find him, and we ended up losing her. But we knew she was coming towards Magnamar. Aldrin, we think, is some kind of undead, capable of making ghasts and ghouls, and has his revenant wife hunting him.
That's why we stopped here, only to meet these.
We thought maybe he was coming here for, I don't know, for regrouping.
Which also, we don't fully know when Alden turned.
It was
it does seem recent.
Other than it was recent, but we don't know exactly when.
We don't necessarily know that, because if these things have been walking around at his face, I don't even know that the person I went hunting with was the real Alden Foxglove.
Oh.
Whoa.
This could go deep. Anyway, Lieutenant Kordic, be alert for, or be aware that you might start to see ghoul activity or something like that.
I actually have a number of questions for you then.
Okay. Also, if you happen to see a woman who looks like she's dead, rampaging through the city on single-minded focus trying to find someone.
Pale skin, raven black hair.
Likes to scream at people if they get in the way.
Yes, she will scream very loudly.
What?
That's her.
Can you describe these murders up in Sandpoint for
me? Well, we had a really unfortunate a lumber mill worker
recently,
and his, I guess,
mistress.
Were killed in this.
Unconfirmed.
Either way, killed in the sawmill, hacked to pieces with an axe. He was, well, we'll say, what's the word?
Sliced
desecrated. And a symbol carved in his chest.
Sahedron.
A Sahedron star, yeah.
Okay.
Don't tell me you're having the same issue. Unbelievable.
We also found on our way to Misgivings to investigate, we also found a farm which had been overrun by ghouls.
Right, and not just overrun by ghouls, but people had been given ghoul fever and then tied up as scarecrows until they turned into ghouls.
And while as you're talking, he's jotting all this down.
Good.
Additionally, when we made it into the main farm building, there was a man who had been laid out over the table with a Sahedron carved in his chest.
Oh, right, yeah. A lot has happened in the past 2 days? 1 day? 2 days.
2 days. Yes, so we've encountered ghasts and
ghouls.
And
a haunted mansion. So haunted.
Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah, the Revenant as well.
Yeah, and the Revenant.
Also got attacked by unkindness of crows.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Thousands of crows.
Undead ravens.
Ravens, that's what it was.
Nyrelion, didn't you call them a... Yeah, that was it. Carrion Storm. Anyway, what information do you have? You said you had some questions?
One more thing of note. We have reason to believe that Alden is, riding a giant bat. A giant undead bat from the Underdark.
And that's how he gets around.
Well, at least that's how he left.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say too much right now because it's an official investigation, but we've had... You'll find this in any tavern. But we've had some very same things of people being found dead with these strange symbols carved in their chest.
Nyrelion will flip to a page in his journal and like hold.
How
it with
recent?
That's the one. Seems damn near every day or two we find someone.
Should we go back to like your garrison or watch post or something and have a conversation? We'll
Yeah, a
say
little bit more private.
We've been working very closely with Sheriff Hemlock of Sandpoint.
In Sandpoint.
Our group, Census Bureau, has done quite a bit of work. I mean, Tova and I are somewhat new to it, but Nyrelion and Edan and some others were fought off a goblin attack, hunted down goblins, investigated ruins filled with monsters and other things for the town. So, I mean, if you need to send a runner up to Sandpoint or something to, have Hemlock vouch for us, you can.
Oh, how about this? While my men are searching the house for anything other... Were there mimics up there? Oh yeah, 2 of the chairs turned into mimics. They're grisly, to say the least. Okay, make sure there's no more anywhere.
And then you just hear, "Oh, you had to say something!" Like the 2 guards up there.
Just waiting for the Wilhelm scream.
We just hear like every once in a while the tap of metal on wood. Ting,
Yes.
ting, ting, thud.
You just hear tink, tink, tink. Oh shit! Well, my men finish looking over the rest of the house. Why don't you give me your full report of what you've seen up in Sandpoint? I'll pass it along, and then tomorrow I'll have you speak with someone I know of the investigation. I'm not the one who's directly in charge of it, and I'm sure they'll have more questions for you. But at least I can just pass along a report.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. I think we can manage that.
Mm-hmm.
Tova, go ahead and mark down this residence for 0 occupants.
Got it.
-2.
-2. That's right. Oh, that's a good name too.
But yeah,
All
he'll
right.
go into the dining room, pull out chairs, and just take down as many notes of whatever you give him.
Yeah, we'll tell him like the encounters that I guess Nyrelion and Edan have had since the beginning. If you guys want to disclose the goblins and
I think Nyrelion's pretty much going to tell all the stories, and then
will summarize the majority of the Thistletop.
We'll add in details for things we're actually there for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, while at least like maybe it doesn't seem related, at least the goblins, they know about it. So if they're having goblin issues too, then they can know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's
Everybody
happening
has goblin issues.
So.
The world has a goblin issue.
Yes.
He will also include like the Thessalonian ruins, like beneath Sandpoint and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the whole plot for what's her face to become a succubus.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll jot all this down. Ask some questions here or there, just clarifying things.
Mm-hmm. There's actually supposed to be a transport moving some prisoners down here to Magnemar, but it got interrupted by the whole murder thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pair of dangerous customers.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't, one thing, there's always at least 2 more.
Right, of course.
But, all right, I'll get this report passed along. I can't say anything as of now, but should he decide to bring you in, talk to you more about it, that'd be up to the person in charge. You'll either be talking with Captain Roderick or Justice Ironbriar. I know they're more heading the investigations.
All right. Well, you got a recommendation for a good inn then? And you can let them know where we're staying.
That was going to be my next question.
Oh, that's a great idea. brilliant there,
In a
Durok.
long day of travel.
Good thinking.
I mean, I've been at Magnamar before, but it wasn't for very long, and I didn't do much sightseeing, so I don't quite remember much of the lay of the land.
We also need place for horses.
Yes, we do have horses.
And you did pass by some stables on your way into the city.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy to do. Let's see.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Glitch.
There's a number of taverns. Are you going to be sticking in the Neos district or heading elsewhere?
Is that nearest the justice that we'll be speaking to?
Let's see. The Hall of Justice.
The Hall of Justice.
The Hall of Justice.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice. Da-la-la-la.
It's just us.
You say what happened, then I say what happened, and then I decide who's right. That's why it's called justice, because it's just us. Looks like it's boiled in oil.
That's so loud. Nice. Aww.
We've been watching that Avatar: The Last Airbender again.
Yeah.
So good.
The cartoon version.
Absolutely
Yeah.
classic.
The
Goes
only
without
version
saying.
it's
Goes
gonna be.
without saying.
We've heard that the Netflix wasn't too bad, but
It's
it wasn't too
acceptable.
good. Right.
It was
just
better
fine.
than the movie.
Right.
That
Better than
is-
the movie.
What
That
movie?
bar is so low that it's actually underground.
Ooh.
We don't
The
pay
city.
attention to that bar.
We like to. That's the movie that should not be named. I mean,
Uh,
I
so
think that
that'll
Naos
be in
District is
the
fine.
capital district, right? The pediment building
Ooh, nice.
is right here.
Oh, great. We'll be over by
I
that
mean-
then.
Well,
Right?
the Naos District is probably more to our
Oh,
pay range.
sure.
I think we'll probably just stay around the gate area here if we can.
Is this grass over here? Like it's like a park?
A little.
It's cool.
Yes, that is a park and a
Aw, nice.
That's where you saw like the archway
Oh yeah,
above the rooftops.
the
Oh,
arc,
the arch. Yeah.
the
Yep.
arc de triomphe.
Is that the way we came in, or did we go in through
No,
the top?
we came in
Yeah,
from
we came
here.
in this way. We're
But,
down
like,
this
unless-
way though. Like,
Oh.
Yeah, we're down like in here somewhere,
Right.
right?
I thought we were.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
here.
right here.
So how do we see the archway?
We could see it
Just
over the
down the
over
road.
the tops.
Oh, it's
Down
big.
the road and
Oh,
over.
it's
Yeah, it's a
huge.
big arch.
Right. Okay. Cool.
It's called the City of Monuments for a reason.
Nice.
Let's see.
We're open to recommendation.
Oh, there's is that on here? Sure, I get the name right. Oh, nope, that's why I'm not finding any. I'm looking in the wrong district.
Looking in the wrong yellow pages.
If you're going to be sticking to the Neos district, I would recommend
The dragon
there's-
fish.
let's see. I'd recommend there's the blue bunyip.
That sounds wonderful.
There's the sock and buskin as well. Not sure if they have rooms or not. I don't think they have. Or no, they have rooms. Never mind.
The blue bunyip.
I'm interested in checking out the blue bunyip.
Sounds cool.
I mean, that sounds fine.
Blue bunyip.
There's a bunyip bat Thistletop, right?
There was, yeah.
Hmm.
Still is,
That's
I suppose.
cool.
Yeah, the bunyip ate really well that day.
Maybe a little too well. We may have
Bet.
given it food poisoning. I mean, honestly, goblin's probably not the most healthiest snack.
No. That's junk
Don't worry,
food for
the snack
It's-
that smiles back.
Goblins.
So yeah, blue bunyip would be down over like over here. Goes, all right. If we need anything, we'll send someone to the blue bunyip them. Otherwise, come to the Pediment building tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Ping again. Where was the blue bunyip?
Over in this area,
You
like
should.
the southern portion.
Can you mark it?
Yep.
Mark it.
There. I just put a box.
Nice, sweet. We go
Blue bunyip.
To the blue bunyip.
to check in at the blue bunyip.
All right. As you're leaving, he also goes, yeah, other than that, like, enjoy your time in Magnemar. I think Arena's always got something going on, and if you have any questions, just ask around.
Will do.
All right. Nearest stable.
That would also be at the Blue Bunyip, I'm just gonna say.
Good. All right. All right. We
Yeah.
should probably go check in then, and
Yes, that's.
maybe check out the sights. Check out the arch at the near
I'd
the
be down
front.
to walk around a bit.
Head over to.
I mean, that. Not gonna lie, the arena sounds kind of cool. Didn't get
Come
to
on,
see it the
Edan.
first
Let's
time.
go.
Come on, yeah, just like grab his hand
Yeah.
and pull him
Yeah.
along.
He's like standing. One of the guards is holding a torch, and he's just standing like 2 inches away from him. Right. So yeah, you go in, head over to the Blue Bunyip, and it's a relatively nice tavern. Looking around, it's standard tavern fare. There is just a solid Blue Bunyip on the sign out front. Going inside, it's a rather lively place. Lots of people drinking. This is definitely like the new money district. This isn't like a seedy run down tavern or anything like that. That gets relatively nice.
It's a Red Robin. That's what it is.
I'd say more like I'd say kind of, actually, yeah, it's kind of like Red Robin. It's the nicer end of,
That's funny.
yeah.
Wow.
Red Robin, the Blue
Robin
Bunyip.
with lodging.
With logic.
Blue Bunyip.
Do
The
they
Red
have
Robin
yeah. Do they have blue balloons at the front? Those are for the children.
Oh,
I miss those. As a kid, that was the best place to go.
You can still go. It's not gone.
It's,
We can go, but don't have balloons.
They don't have balloons there? Oh,
No.
well, yours is lame.
Does yours have balloons?
I know.
I mean,
ones
come
in
to think
Utah
of it,
have
I can't
balloons.
remember the last time I saw one with balloons.
Utah ones have balloons, but maybe they
Anyway.
don't have balloons out here. Oh well.
So
Weird off-topic subject.
Mhm.
Does anyone feel the overwhelming urge to join a secret society?
A little bit.
All right. Well, this place seems nice. I mean,
Yeah.
if you like a lively atmosphere and stuff.
All right.
there's a bard in
Well-
the corner playing music. So it's getting towards getting towards sundown. So it's that time of night where
Mm.
people are coming in. It's like I said, it's livelier. This is the time of night. This is their busy time of night, definitely.
Well,
So not dusk yet though. Is it like an hour or two before?
I'd say yeah, it's about an hour of
Okay.
sunlight left, and then it's dark.
Okay, we need to check in real quick. We need the rooms 2,
Aye.
4, 5, 3 rooms. 3 rooms. 4 rooms.
4 rooms. I'm not putting up
Oh.
with your snoring.
All right.
Ah!
Fine.
All right. Yeah, person at the front will.
Sorry, I have to.
Every
It's-
time.
It's funny.
Person at the front will hand you your keys. They'll say it's
How much a night?
3 silver a night
Per person?
Better than I thought.
per person.
Not bad.
All right, I'll pay for mine.
Nice place.
Minus 3 silver. Does that include housing for our
Stable.
horses and stable space?
No, that'll be an extra 2 silver.
I'll
Okay,
pay for
thanks.
Aiden as well since he's indisposed.
I'm sure he would pay for all of us if he were here, but he is idle. So.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Great.
Well, I mean, life-threatening events notwithstanding, I'm not really feeling ready for going to sleep.
Can we go over by the arch?
I'd love to check out the arch, and then you mentioned the arena as well.
I mean, yeah, if we can make time. I don't know how close it is, though.
I think
How
that
far
was
is
on
the
the
arena?
other side of town.
The arena is about.
I mean, looking at the map,
Horseback.
I
Yeah.
know.
I know.
It's like a mile away.
Ooh, can we get a map of
We
the city?
we are looking
It's
at the map.
blue bunyip map, like
Oh.
I imagine it's in the Red Robin style, where it's just like over here, and it's just like a
It's
happy
just
smiley
wait. There's
face,
it's
like,
the city of monuments, right? They have to have like a
all the
touristy
monuments.
map,
Oh.
like pamphlet that
That's
has
true.
all the little monuments.
Yeah.
Can we get a tourist map, please?
I'd say yeah. There's someone peddling maps in the street.
Perfect. We'll
Perfect.
buy one. How much? Or getting one, or just get one.
Like 1 silver for a map.
I will pay for 1 silver for a map.
Highway robbery.
That is an absolute ripoff.
It is a map in a non-printing
one.
press era.
Yeah, we need this. We need this map. All right. Okay, we head over to the archway.
Printing press,
Um,
but they still had a stamp.
Stamp, yes.
Stamp, rubber stamps for making art. That's
Yep.
how you would make something like that.
This is also the Naos district.
True.
So heading over to the arch, you do see a couple things. There's some nicer green spaces there. You see this massive arch called, and you see there's a sign for this. There's 2 things.
Black.
There is so right here, the arch is back this way along the wall. This is kind of one of the main entrances to the city.
Nice.
Is it that big?
Whoops.
How tall is this thing?
It's that big.
Really?
Wow.
City of
Wow.
monuments.
That's impressive.
So the archway itself is or coming from the Blue Bunny, at first you would see
Whoops.
what's called the Founder's Flame right here. The Founder's Flame is a fountain. Um, it's a fountain of green flame.
Ooh.
It's a magical fountain of flame built by Anthelos Cadron, a gift to the city soon after its founding. The monument itself consists of a pedestal that supports a bronze bowl filled with green oil. A nimbus of fire burns perpetually in the bowl, changing to an arcane rhythm and cycling color from yellow to orange to violet to blue. Benches surround the remarkable fountain at a safe distance. The archway is known as the Guardians. Just within the Twin Gates stand the Guardians, one of the city's larger monuments. These 200-foot-tall colossi depicting the young heroes Kalen and Romer Vanderale face each other with burning staves held high, forming a giant arch.
Very cool.
Wow, that's a bit
They're
showy.
holding the arch.
No, their arch is formed by the staves that
The
they're
staff.
holding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Staves.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Whoa, this place is cool.
Well, they've certainly got a budget for public works.
Definitely.
Go ahead and roll me knowledge local.
Ha. $16.
Nat 20
17.
for
Durok.
23.
I rolled a 16.
Nice.
Got nothing.
You did? I rolled
Yeah.
a 9. Oh, nice.
Look, I'm good at knowledge religion, and that is it.
Yes.
So, let's see. Tova and Nyrelion. You both know Magnamar is not an old city. Magmar's only like a little less than 150 years old
Whoa.
since it was founded. It is not old by any stretch of the imagination. It's built on old ruins. The
Of course
Irespan
it
Bridge is built on, but the city itself is very, very young. And was built by people who basically said, screw Corvosa, we're going to go build a bigger and better city on the coast. And they did.
Oh, wow.
They very, very ambitiously built a massive city of monuments because they did not want to. They wanted a city other than Corvosa to call home.
That's
Wow.
pretty great.
So it was built by people with ambition and spite.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a reason Magmar is the way it is.
Wow. Entrepreneurs.
So no, Magnamar is not an old city. There are parts of it that are somewhat old just because they've been here since the beginning of the city. And parts of it, like the bridge that were here from the Thessalonian era. But aside from those things, it's not old.
Personally, I'm going to want to check out that bridge, but you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the arena's over that direction at least. I don't know.
Let's stop by the arena. Let's see what that whole.
Hold on. I have a question. Can we put up message real quick? Amazing. All right. Before we leave
That's a
near
handy
the
spell.
gates, I was thinking about the things in your bag, Nyrelion. And
They're
I
perfectly safe there for now.
think we should take care of them outside of the city before we get involved in investigation against undead.
There's no reason to deal with them right now. They're perfectly secure in the bag, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I think Aiden and I were thinking we'll agree that we should deal with them after we're done with this Aldrin business.
And we're still not done with this Alton business.
But I agree, we can't just, goblins that they may be, it's not right to keep something continuing on after it should be dead.
Yeah, like didn't your spell wear off too for controlling them?
Well, yeah, but I could always recontrol them.
Let's just not let the goblins out of the bag, okay?
No intention of.
And we'll...
Well, do you want to just take care of it outside of the city so you don't have to take care of it late? Like, because you're eventually going to have to take care of it. We might as well.
There's no rush.
They're alive, ish. You could put them out of their misery. Like, aren't ghast used to be people? Like, is that?
Well, those ghasts used to be goblins.
They used to be goblins.
But
Those ones used to be goblins.
I mean, they should still not exist. But I think right now the bigger threat is the potential of Aldrin going and making more, rather than two that are in a bag that can't be opened.
Correct.
Right. Are you the only one who can open it, or like how does that magic work?
As of right now, currently.
What does that mean?
There's a specific...
Oh, frick, Edan, don't go toward the fire!
There's a specific way to open the bag, and I'm currently the only one who understands how to open it for that purpose.
Oh, could anyone try to understand it with like intelligence if they have higher intelligence? Like,
they still wouldn't know the information needed to open it properly.
oh, you should tell us about your dream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We can do that while we're walking.
We can walk and talk.
All right.
Keep message up, though, so it,
Yeah,
we don't frighten anyone.
Yeah. So, gosh. Yeah, so, okay, do you remember back that night when and I told you all kind of like why I look the way I do?
Yeah, there was like a big necromancer power something.
A spell, an experiment gone awry.
There was, well, yeah. So,
someone else's.
Gosh, I'm not used to really talking about this so forthright. There was an experiment gone awry back when I was in the academy. Large necromantic experiment, completely gone wrong. Detonated and on the spot killed and reanimated a number of members of the school. And that was kind of what sparked me to major in necromancy and continue studying to try to figure out what had happened. After I left the college, when you leave the academy without completing your studies at the academy, they revoke all of your research and your spellbook and pretty much everything, because it is their position that they don't want to unleash untrained mages out on the world. It protects them, and yeah. So I had everything confiscated when I left the college. And I went out on my own, and being somewhat prideful, thinking myself quite capable, attempted to kind of stay fresh on what I knew without the proper materials and resources. So when I said that I had a run-in with a Necromancer and it went awry, in a sense, I was the Necromancer that I had a run-in when that went awry.
Meaning how?
Meaning I was trying to just practice some basic spells without a spell book. It went wrong. There was a large magical backlash, and it left me like this.
So you look this way not because of the event that happened at your college, but because of afterward when you were experimenting.
When I was trying to, not forget some of the things that I had started to put together.
You weren't trying to raise something from the dead, right?
I mean, that's typically how necromancy
matter?
starts. It does.
I mean, it does, I think. Necromancy, I mean, I'm a priest, I guess, war priest, so I don't, I know where my magic comes from and how it works, but not all necromancy spells are raising undead. Some of it's different stuff. Not always necessarily good stuff, but to me at least, trying to bring something back from, well, creating undead is crossing a line. So I'm just curious.
Well, so here's the thing that you should understand when it comes to raising undead. There's two types of undead when it comes to that kind of thing. There is unintelligent undead, which includes like zombies, skeletons, etc. And there is intelligent undead, like for instance the Revenant that we had a run-in with. When it comes to intelligent undead, there is a connection to the soul of the person who the body is of, right? So intelligent undead, it reforges a connection to the soul, and that is where you run into some issues. Unintelligent undead, it's just like
Desecration of someone's
puppetry.
body.
Puppetry.
With someone's body.
Well, like a straight up skeleton, right? Like you could control a skeleton.
It's just like, yeah.
So which one were you doing?
Unintelligent, obviously.
Well, it wasn't obvious, but so
Okay.
you were trying
Continue.
to raise what? What were you? Yeah, keep going, I guess.
I was just basically raising like a standard skeleton, and it went completely awry.
What are your thoughts on necromancy now? Because that was how many years ago, or how recent was that?
That was 5 years ago.
Right. Okay. So what are your thoughts on it now? Like, what are your beliefs
are you
on
still going to be
necromancy?
trying to raise undead?
I haven't been.
Well, that's good.
I understand it's a very taboo field of magic.
I mean,
Sounds like you're not against it, though. Are you you?
If I'm being completely honest with you, I'm not against necromancy. I don't feel like necromancy in and of itself is inherently this awful thing.
So is your goal like your own studies? Are you going to be like, what are your goals? Like, are you studying this specifically, or are you just kind of gonna be like, because there's a lot of different kinds of magic, right? Like there's enchantments, there's conjugation, there's things that like people like to go into. So I
Well,
think
for all intents
maybe
and purposes, I'm majored in necromancy at the academy. I've
so
been
right.
completely open about that.
So
Right.
what's your next?
But
Like, what are your goals though?
What are you
Like,
trying to
everyone has a
accomplish
past.
with it?
Well,
Yeah.
recently I've been researching Thassalon.
What's that?
That's
It's the civilization that came before Brizia.
they're the ones who made all the ruins and made that bridge that we're walking towards, or at least what's left of a
Is
bridge.
that a kind of magic like you can gain? I'm more science here, so you can just be blunt if it's just like a certain type of
knew
magic or
some
not.
things- They knew some things that are magic that we have forgotten in this current world.
In Tova, can I get a
Yeah.
knowledge history check just for your general knowledge of Thassalon?
Thanks. I'm like, I don't know anything. I just know the name. 14.
14. Okay.
Ooh, you could have Durok do a religion check to see if it's like or not.
I will take a religion check, knowledge religion. That's the only knowledge check that I have that's good.
What kind
Well, I'll say kind of good. The only reason it's great is because Edan is currently Edan, get away from the. Just
That's why
walking
you should
towards,
let him do it one of these times.
just
because one
walking
of them
towards
maybe
sources of
will-
fire as we're walking through the city.
Right. Yeah.
So with a 14, really there's very little known on Thassalon. It was an ancient civilization 10,000 years ago is when there was basically an event called Skyfall, where basically a swarm of meteors struck the Earth and essentially wiped out this massive and incredibly advanced arcane civilization. Very, very little of it remains. The language itself isn't even really known. There's bits and pieces of it, but the whole language itself is mostly gone. And for reference, Mesopotamia, one of the earliest civilizations in our world, started about 8,000 years ago. And Thassalon ended 10,000 years. So when I say ancient, I mean it is old. And if anything, that's a testament. The bridge, if a bridge was built for like Mesopotamia, Babylon, that was built in that time period and lasted today.
Yeah.
This bridge is so well crafted and enhanced magically for durability. It still lives and survives to this day.
Wow.
There's very little left of this civilization that most people don't know almost anything about it other than just it existed. And even scholars don't know much more than that.
Wow.
But it was the most advanced arcane age of any current era.
And for reference, the pyramids are less than 5,000 years old.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Like yeah.
That bridge is insane.
Yeah.
10,000 years.
That's a long time to magic.
Well, at least like you don't even. It could have been
Actually-
made 1,000 years before 10,000 years ago,
Yeah.
or more.
Actually, you traveled to this area. Can I get a knowledge alchemy check?
Craft alchemy, you mean?
Or craft alchemy?
There is no knowledge alchemy.
Ah.
28.
Okay. So one thing you would know, just for reference, there is something called the Irespan basalt. The Irespan is what was the bridge, or what is left of the bridge. Irespan basalt is what makes it up. And Irispan basalt is essentially its stone, but it has the hardness and durability of almost like iron. It is incredibly durable,
Nice.
incredibly expensive.
Maybe, yeah, like it's
yeah.
like you can't destroy gold, so it's like this thing just can't be like destroyed. Like it's just
It's also, if you try to, you can chip away at it, but also if you mess with the infrastructure of the bridge, there's going to be issues. It's going to collapse, of course, because you're messing with the infrastructure of it, which would cause problems for the entire city. So mining of it, for the most part, is not allowed. Most of the time, people will get it because even though the Irispan itself, you can't mine like the pillars that are holding it up. There's still a lot of rubble that can be mined, but it's very expensive. But that's why you know a Thassalon.
So going back to our original question about your dream,
sorry, we got off on a bit of a tangent.
I realize that now. Yeah, we never got back to that, and we can circle back.
So when I went unconscious in that fight, I was back that night where that spell went awry. And the first time that it happened, way back 5 years ago, when that blast of necromantic energy like hit me, it was just this very cold, draining thing. Sent me flying backwards. I lost consciousness, and when I woke up, I was like this. Today, when I was back there while unconscious, when that blast of necromantic energy hit me, it felt warm, and then I woke up. It was like a soothing radiance, and then I woke up. I had been healed, apparently, and I was able to roll out from underneath the mimic.
Wait, so you had a dream of being back in the academy?
No, it was after I had left the academy.
Oh, sorry.
The night that he tried to
You
race.
had a dream of that, except instead of the cold normally associated with necromancy, you felt warm.
It was warm.
Which brought him life.
And that's how. And then I woke up on the floor. That's literally all that happened.
When you're feeling up with it or up for it, we could try a little test. I mean, maybe you're not fully undead, but maybe negative energy is something that heals you now.
I'd be okay for a small test.
I can't do it today, but tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Try to make sure it's not too harmful in the event that
don't
you're.
Kill me.
No, I won't do that. I mean, I won't lie. I mean, makes me a little uneasy.
What does?
Just the whole involvement with necromantic energies. I mean, if you ask me, maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but if you ask me, all arcane magic is ethically ambiguous to a greater or lesser extent.
Opinion.
Huh?
I'd say that's quite an unpopular opinion.
I mean, maybe abjuration isn't so bad, but I mean, you figure so much of arcane magic is the manipulation of others in one way or another.
I mean, I completely stay away from enchantment, if that makes you feel any better.
It does, actually. I kind of think enchantment's kind of the worst. I mean, evocation is
And
terrible
shaman, I
from
can
a destructive
absolutely see
standpoint.
the argument.
I mean, conjuration, you have basically enslavement. You know, divination, I don't think it's the best idea to be peering into future events. I don't think that's for us to know. And I think it causes its own rash of problems.
I've known a number of diviners, and I can say they are, without exception, very weird individuals.
You know, necromancy's the manipulation of life forces
Energies, yeah.
Life.
and
Yeah.
people's bodies and souls to it. I think at least, you know, for at greater power levels.
I've stayed completely out of soul magic, I'll have you know.
That's good. I mean, transmutation. Yeah, I guess transmutation's mostly just doing it to themselves, which isn't the greatest thing, but
All I
mean,
can think of when you say that is the
Tova's
tavern.
like,
Last campaign.
oh, the tavern
The
that
tavern that got you changed the wall of the tavern.
the stone shape or the
Yep.
stone shaping that Ox
Ox
did.
took out.
I mean,
Yeah.
She paid for that. She fixed that.
and I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound all holier than thou, high and mighty, you know, divine, you know, magic and all that. Certainly, there are those who follow evil tenets, evil precepts, evil deities that do harm with their magic too. And obviously, I have magic that can cause harm. I don't know. It's just maybe it's a little hypocritical from my standpoint, but I guess I've always just felt a little uneasy with magic. I use what I have because I know.
I've been saying for years. Tova.
Tova, not the time!
All right, sorry.
You're even worse. You just amoral chucking bombs around. There's no conscience in a bomb. It just explodes and destroys and kills whatever is around it.
It's not the bomb, it's the person.
And that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm about to say. Is I use what I've got because I know where that magic comes from. I know it comes from Torag. And I know who I am. And when I'm using it, I'm doing it for the better of others. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to try to tell you how to live, but I won't lie and say that necromancy is something that I'm fine with. But whatever you're doing, please just try to do the best for others. I mean, maybe that goes without saying. Sorry. Anyway, there's an arena or something fine.
Well, the Thessalonian thing, when did we learn about that?
We
No, wasn't it like the...
We haven't. You and I weren't there for any of that.
When did you learn about it, Nyrelion? I'm trying to remember when it's brought up, because now it's brought up again, so I'm just like, when was it brought up?
I've known about Thessalon for a little while, but, like, first real exposure to it was the ruins on the Sandpoint.
Okay, that's okay. All right, great.
And even, like, the old light in Sandpoint is Thessalonian. The ruins underneath the Goblin camp up at Thistletop were Thessalonian. There's been a lot of Thessalonian. The Sahedron is a Thessalonian symbol. It's from being carved on the corpses of people.
Do you think that the sub-basement under the Misgivings was Thessalonian?
I kind of want to go back and explore that a bit more.
Well, I suppose we could stop by on the way back to Sandpoint whenever we head back that way.
Okay.
I want to see what else is under there, because I was starting to wonder the same.
And then I see we burn the place to the ground.
Ah, yes.
Rule book or no?
Let's try it. Rule book or no? So is that what you're studying? Is that like I don't know how mages like kind of classify what their goals are in studying things, but it's more of that is what you're saying versus necromancy?
Yes.
Gosh, cool. Great. Yeah, I'm with Durok here, and I know Aiden has his own opinions, but I think if that's something that you want to go into, then that would be affecting the group. So just be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd like to say that as it's gotten kind of darker, to stop Aiden from wandering away from us towards any and all like sources of light, I'm gonna cast light on something like a cobblestone and pick it up and just dangle it in front of him as we're walking so that he follows it.
Freaking carrot on a stick.
Pretty much, that's exactly what I was picturing.
Rot would be all over it and be like, shiny rot. Cool. All right. Do we make it to the...
This time you make it to, what was it called? Had a name.
The arena?
Yes. The arena itself had a name.
Mhm.
Serpent's Run.
I mean, it's no Circle of Champions, but it's all right. If I do say so myself.
Yeah, so snakes are a common decorative motif here, including one tremendously long carving of a single immense snake winding around the upper rim of the run. Its tail clenched in its own teeth above the venue's main entrance. A homage to the heroics of the city's most beloved founder.
It's like
Primary.
Go ahead.
Can one of you roll me a d6?
Sure. 4.
4.
It's like this entire city is like an architect's fever dream.
So going up, you see there's a sign near the entrance that says today's game, The Canary's Gambit.
Is it happening after dark?
The Canary.
Or does it happen during the day?
Is there someone there that I can
Like
ask
night
what the heck this
entertainment?
game is? Is there an explanation?
Yeah. There's people heading inside, and the place is lit up with torches and stuff.
We should go in there.
Hey,
That would be
what's the
exciting.
Canary's Gambit?
Oh, the Canary's Gambit? It's a popular game. Essentially, when you go inside, the whole field is going to be littered in mounds with a flag on top each one. When the whistle goes, all the contestants have to run out and try to find the canary. What they do is they go up to a mound, pull out the flag, and either they lose the canary or they set off a trap in the mound.
Interesting.
As they go up, once the canary is released, the players need to capture the canary. It's an animatronic, I think. It's not a live canary.
Oh, well, that's good.
interesting.
But the player who pulled out and released the canary, he gets the net. All the other players just have their hands. No magic is allowed, no tools are allowed.
The whole game?
Yep, that's the game.
No magic allowed.
Huh.
I like this game.
As the
No
games go on,
tools allowed either.
Either.
I wouldn't use a tool.
No, you couldn't even go onto the field.
For some clarification, I think our friend is curious about the legality of performance-enhancing substances in this game.
yeah, that's a no.
Not what it was, no.
There's a net over the field at 7 feet height. That way, it can't fly up too far out of reach. So the players are constantly having to scramble, but nobody's having to...
Too far out of reach for who? This feels a little unfair.
Oh.
I think this will be great.
Nyrelion's like, I gotta be careful not
His
to get my
head's
hair
right
caught in
there.
the net.
Yeah.
And then, of course, are you new to the city?
We are.
Totally.
Okay. There's different rows. Yeah, you can either sit them on the copper benches or more up in the stands. And of course, there's balconies for the nobles of the city.
Cool.
But game starts in about 25 minutes.
I mean,
So if you want a seat, I'd get a seat.
sure, I guess, yeah, I'm be willing to watch.
You guys want like a closer seat? Like, what's the stand's price?
Let's see. Honestly, it's you pay as much as if you want just like a standard, I guess, seat with a decent view, that'll be a silver.
All right. I'll pay for Edan.
Nice.
This isn't one of their like big main games. You do see a sign saying on not tomorrow, but the next day.
Mhm.
You see they have a special banner for a special event called the Minotaur's Labyrinth.
What's that?
Minotaur's Labyrinth. A bunch of players go into blindfolded, led into a maze. Part of the maze is also put up around them so they can't retrace steps back out. The players seek to get out of the maze in the best amount of time. However, in the maze is a Minotaur with a net trying to capture them. If the Minotaur captures them, it'll drive them back to the center of the ring in which they are essentially out. You want to escape if you want to win the game, you escape and get out of the labyrinth in the time allowed. If you want to get out of the game and win a prize in the center of the labyrinth, and where the Minotaur is most likely to be most of the game,
Mhm.
is a key. If you can snag the key and outrun the Minotaur and escape the labyrinth with the key, you win a special prize. Some people have won a few hundred in gold. Some people have won special items.
Cool.
What are the
Is
rules,
magic
like
allowed in that
magic
one?
or equipment?
Any and all equipment is allowed. Fighting isn't necessary. Fighting isn't allowed. You can.
Mm.
The Minotaur isn't going to try to kill you.
Mhm.
The Minotaur is there to capture you. So keep that in mind.
What if we
But
capture
other
the
than that-
Minotaur?
If you capture the Minotaur, I think that's the same as getting the key. I can think of only one person's ever managed to actually do that. The only rule for like magic and stuff is you can't fly up out of the maze. 2 feet have to stay on the ground. If you fly, maximum of 2 feet.
I think I could take a Minotaur.
Blindfolded?
No, I think you're just led in blindfolded. So you don't.
Are you blindfolded
No, with the
whole
mazes.
time, or?
I don't think.
No, once you're led in and the rest of the maze is put up,
Oh,
blindfolds are taken off.
That's so much easier.
Wow, Nyrelion would have been like, "Guys, where are you?
I mean, if we're
How do
still
you know where
here,
to go?"
if we're
Everyone
still
in-
here for that, I'd be interested in
There are
taking on a
traps.
Minotaur, honestly.
Oh, there's traps. Ooh,
And
exciting.
Grund has been doing this for a while.
Nice. Very cool. Well, let's watch this and see
alright.
what happens.
So yeah, you head on in, paying for your seats. There's food vendors and stuff up too. But everybody's getting excited for the game. Yeah. And as the game goes, you see come out taking your seats. You see there is just this net over the bottom of the arena, mounds all over the place, and people on both sides, both entrances on the ends of the arena, kind of getting ready to go. As the lights, you see, as everything is very well lit in here, with ever-burning torches, the flames themselves turn this deep, deep blue for about 3 seconds. And then when they dim to that blue, everybody quiets down. They light back up to their normal orange glow. And this person, young woman, you see comes striding out into the field, long copper hair, carrying what looks like a wand in her hand. And as she starts to speak, her voice echoes throughout the entire arena. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in the Serpent's Run this evening. Tonight, we have the Canary's Gambit, a game of chance, a little bit of luck, a whole lot of praying. Now, we have with us 40 contestants willing to put their luck at the Canary's Gambit, some runner-ups, and some people from previous games, some people who this is their first time in the arena. So, let this be a learning experience to them. Now, before I begin the games, I do want to just give a special thanks to our mayor, and she gestures up towards one of the big grand boxes. What was his name? Okay, 1 second.
223.
Right.
With our mayor, Lord Halmir Gorboras, and his 2 guests tonight, far from the city of Corvosa, we have Andrunian Veirun, ambassador from Corvosa visiting, as well as Quisverian Silvestril of the Meirani Elves. We were very glad to have you with us here this evening. Now, let the games begin, and may the luckiest bastard win.
Yeah, you guys hear like a small like shit under Nyrelion's breath.
Someone you know?
You could say that.
Someone you don't like?
Someone I do like.
Or someone you like a lot?
My brother.
Oh.
Your brother? You have how many brothers do you have?
Wait,
How
no.
many siblings do you
7
have?
siblings.
Which one is this one?
This is my slightly older brother, Quercy.
Well, do you want to try to find him and say hi?
I should, but he hasn't exactly seen me in 5 years.
Well, he's family. What are you going to do? Just stay away for the rest of your 5 centuries
No,
of
he
life?
hasn't seen me in 5 years.
No, I get it. I know. But you're going to have to say hi to him at some point.
At some point. Yeah. There's some drama.
It's a family.
I
There's
should say
always
that.
drama.
Like what?
My family is not too keen on me currently.
This brother
Because he was always
included?
understanding there. So
Oh, well, then he's exactly the right person to talk to.
yeah. We'll try to track him down after this.
And with that, the games go off. As the players... First, it's a mad dash as people... Almost comedically. Everybody's running for different mounts, and there's a good 100 mounts here. So people are sprinting, grabbing flags, ripping them out, and then falling into pit traps, getting caught up in nets, getting... It's brutal and hilarious. Eventually, you see as one person pulls out the net, and shooting out from the dirt very quickly is this canary. Hard to tell from a distance, but as it flies closer, you can see it's some sort of like gnomish mechanical contraption. Silvery and gold as it's quickly flying all over the place. And now people are mad dash scrambling to get it. With the height of everything, with the height of the net, people are trying to stand on top of mounds and catch it as it flies by. Eventually, let's see. Oh. A younger person, can't be more than 22 years old at most, manages to catch it, and it's his first time ever being in the game, and he managed to catch it.
Oh, nice.
A lot of people lost a lot of money on that bet.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's a really entertaining game to watch. No high death stakes or anything like that for this game. But just the comedic effect is amazing. As there's traps everywhere, people tripping traps of other people on those mounds. Very cutthroat in how it's played. Everybody is out for their own. With that, the game comes to an end. Normally for games like this that are a little bit faster pace, they do 3 rounds. First round goes, he wins. Second game starts running up. Again, another first-time comer catches the canary. Not the same person, but again, none of the usual bets are winning tonight. Second one, there was a repeat player who... This is the 3rd time they've won the Canary's Gambit. Trying to make a little bit of a name for themselves. But it's a very intense, or I guess not intense, but very edge of your seat in just a excitement kind of way.
Frantic.
Frantic, yes. So yeah, it's a good time had by all in the arena.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some food real quick here.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Hey, look, I'm serious here though. I'm thinking I could take a Minotaur.
Do you want to give it a try?
I mean, here's the thing, like, the goal is to get out of the labyrinth, right? Yeah, I'm not very fast. So I figure, I'm pretty sure I could knock a Minotaur out. I wouldn't want to... I don't think...
It sounds like an animatronic. Can't really knock it out.
I'll just grab someone. Hey, the Minotaur in the Minotaur's labyrinth. Is that an actual Minotaur? Or is it like a machine?
Oh yeah, his name's Grund. He's been doing this for years.
Oh, see?
It is an actual Minotaur.
It's an actual Minotaur.
Actual Minotaur.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I could take a Minotaur in a fight.
But they also said that the goal wasn't fighting the Minotaur.
No, right. But to get a key, like I said, I'm not very fast on my feet. So my best option might be to just remove the obstacle. I'm not going to kill him, obviously. Don't want to do that. But, Hammer will knock someone out just as quickly as it'll
True.
as it'll kill him.
It is true. I think I'm going to see if I can find my brother.
Do you want any help?
If you'd like to tag along, go for it.
I mean, I'd be interested. Getting
Alright.
to know your brother. You said this one is the brother you are closest with?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, if he's anything like you, I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Yeah, he's roughly 40 years older.
Oh, so you're awfully close.
Mm-hmm.
For elves.
How
Yeah.
close?
40 years.
40 years apart? Oh, close.
I need to grab some water.
So yes, you go off and try to find your brother, Quircy.
Mm-hmm.
You head on out through the main entrance and circling around to.
We are with him, by the way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys circle out and head around the side as the Lord and the ambassadors, probably come through like a special side entrance or something. As you guys circle around the side of the building, you run into a couple guards. Hey, sorry, no civilians past this point.
Oh, we're
I
not
was hoping-
civilians. We're the Census Bureau.
Oh my gosh. Perhaps you've heard of us.
Perhaps you've heard of us.
I'm looking to talk with my brother, Corsivarian Silvestral.
Hold on one second. And one of the guards will go off to presumably where the ambassadors and the mayor are.
Mm-hmm.
A couple minutes later, guards come back. Your name?
Nyrelion Silvestral.
Nyrelion. Okay. Come with me. And he'll lead you to a sort of a basically like a box booth.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it is the Lord Mayor's booth. It is bougie and extravagant.
Oh boy. Your brother
What,
travels
you're
in
going well
in high circles.
At this point, the other ambassador and the mayor have left. Corsivarian stayed behind to speak with you, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as the guard opens the door and leads you guys inside, Little and Chicken wasn't expecting his little brother to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You see Corsivarian.
Little.
Yeah, how tall is
Yeah.
he?
Maybe he's only like just slightly shorter. Absolutely does not have the build of Nyrelion. As he looks, he's like, Nyrelion?
Quasi, good to see you.
And what the nine hells happened to you? Last I saw, you looked
Not
well.
like this.
Alive.
I trust me, I am perfectly well.
Well, he's alive.
I'm alive. Quickly, yeah. These are my friends, Durok and Tova.
And Aiden.
And Edan, who's around.
Oh, frick, he wandered off again.
A pleasure to meet you all. I am Corsivarian Silvestral.
Nice to meet you.
Are you some kind of lord?
Ambassador of the Meirani Forest up north.
So you're only here, you're visiting?
My duties have me in the city for my counterpart from Corvosa and the Lord Mayor. Just an annual meeting. Nyrelion, what? Okay, I'd ask what you're doing, but honestly, I don't know what you've been up to these years. Last I heard,
What's the last you heard?
Father it's clear Father wasn't happy about the academy and
Yeah.
hasn't really given much of any details other than just you're not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how Father can be.
Oh, trust me.
Aye, parents.
Especially ours.
Yeah.
But
I
he never
think-
never gave any indication that something like this to you.
This was a bit separate. Only marginally connected. It's only visual, though. I feel great. Yeah, no, the past 5 years I've kind of just been traveling around doing mercenary work largely. Trying to get back on my feet after everything with Father.
Mercenary work. That alone, I think, would give Father an aneurysm.
One of the reasons I decided to do it. Not gonna lie.
Glad to see things. Some things have not changed.
I always enjoyed it. I mean, you know me. I used to sneak around and do it a bit when I was a kid. So
you never want to stay in one place for long.
No.
I know. Aside from the magic, the academy probably drove you nuts in that regard.
Oh, it definitely did. Very stifling. Magic is the only thing that kept me there for as long as I was.
Well, your brother here is a deft hand in a fight. Unless
always has.
That happens to be against a chair. Sorry.
That's a story.
Yeah, that actually was just earlier today.
Yeah, it was.
In his defense, the chair had very large teeth.
Mimic?
Mimic.
Yeah, 2 of them.
There have been way too many mimics around lately, by the way.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of like infestation up there or something.
Maybe it's a circadian rhythm.
Maybe it's mimic mating season.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Little baby mimics everywhere.
Walk into an abandoned building and like all the chairs, tables, and like chests are stacked on top of each other, and you're like, nope, I gotta leave. This is not good.
Yeah. They're multiplying. You're like, there's way more in here than there were yesterday.
Oh man. Although I see you've been doing well for yourself.
Very. Trying to think. Remind me, what did you leave off with, Cruciferius?
Here, I'll send you what I have.
I'm quickly reading through it right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the last thing Nyrelion would have heard was that Corsi was getting married.
Okay. Yes, I think you met her just the one time. Carisha. I'm actually going to be a father. This is my last assignment for the short future. After this, I head back to the forest, and, well, you're going to be an uncle. Again.
Congrats. Oh, and officially an uncle.
Yes. Hopefully you can make a better impression on this one.
Look, I tried my best, okay?
Yeah. But yeah, life's been good. It's been odd not being around the family as much. You know, you'll see some as I travel and other people travel. As the ambassador, I go down to Magnamar and Corvosa more often just because those are the major cities. But I travel around a good lot. Yeah. How about you? You said the mercenary work's been good.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, recently fell in with this lot, and we've been getting busy in Sandpoint, dealing with some goblin incursions and things like that.
Census Bureau.
You and I got into a lot of nonsense when we were younger, so I'm glad that hasn't changed either.
It has not changed one bit. Oh.
I gotta get going.
Mhm.
I have a good number of meetings to get to, but I'm in town for a few days, so
Okay, yeah. We should meet up again before you leave.
yes, definitely.
And congratulations again.
Thank you. It'd be nice to, sit down and have a dinner or something.
Definitely.
Are you...
We're staying at the Blue Bunyip.
Okay. I'll send a message there later on once I know more about my schedule. I only just got to the city today.
Oh, okay.
So, once I know more, I'll let you know, and we can figure out something.
Sounds great.
And he'll come up and give you a hug.
Mm-hmm.
And you all, it was nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can't wait to get back home. And with that, he will head on off with his escort.
Well, that went well, I think.
I mean, don't think it could have gone much better.
Mm-hmm.
Of the family to meet, he was definitely one of the better ones. Like,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Well, back to the Blue Bunyip.
Back to the Blue Bunyip.
yep. Guys, head on back to the Blue Bunyip, which at this point, it's more the crowd it's the same crowd that was there before, but a few drinks in. Probably about half the amount of people that were there earlier, so it's not nearly as busy, but now you have more of the drunken crowd.
Mhm.
Yeah. 1 second.
Anyone feel like we should like start a club here or something?
A book club?
I feel like, I mean, yeah, well, I guess we could just name it after the tavern.
Oh, right, because
The
of
Blue Bunyip Club. Has a nice
That's
kind
right,
of
the
ring
rumor.
to it.
The Blue Bunyip Club.
Maybe that's too long. Maybe just Bunyip Club.
I like that. It has more of a ring to it.
It's faster off the cuff to say, Oh, just part of the Bunyip Club. I don't know.
Yeah, Blue Bunyip Club is a bit of a...
It's too much.
Yeah.
The alliteration, I think, is
BBC.
not working with it.
For short.
The BBC.
Oh, that's a good one.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, no one would watch
BBC
it.
confirmed. BBC stands for British Bunyip Club.
That's
There
right.
Oh, man.
That's great that you've got a brother that cares about you.
Yeah. One, at least.
Yeah, that's
He
good.
hasn't spent too much time around father, it sounds like, so...
Are your parents still alive? Both of them?
Sadly, yes.
Oh. Good relationship with them, then.
Oh, yeah.
What don't you like about them?
Control freaks. That's
What
putting it
they-
lightly.
What's the worst thing they've done?
Tova.
I'm just trying to see what kind of level.
Give me some time to sort through it, and I'll get back to you on that.
What kind of level we're dealing with? That's all. I'm very curious. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us in the group have family issues, so just trying to see what dynamic it
just
is.
Tova, just be sensitive.
Let's put it
Alright.
this way.
Don't need to
Back when
push
I
so
was-
hard.
Oh gosh, I was young. I couldn't have been older than 14. And for an elf, by the way, that is young.
That's very young for a dwarf too.
Our estate was attacked. Never really fully heard what came of it. Just some thugs or bandits or something trying to. I really don't know what the purpose was, honestly. Yeah, he might have even set it up as a test. I don't know. But my sister and I were up in the courtyard fighting them off. My sister got injured. She ran to get my father. My mother was away. She was always away. She's military, so she never really was around. Sister runs off, gets my father, brings him back just as I'm finishing off the last one of the intruders. Dispatch him. And my father's only contribution was to tell my sister that I was a waste of time and she should stop trying to train me in combat.
That was
Yeah.
the moment you knew that you were going to
There
leave
were-
home.
There were many moments.
I'm sorry for your upbringing.
And then, of course, later on, I left the academy, and he basically cut me out of the family. So
That's hard.
that's just one incident.
I've heard it said though, the best revenge is massive success.
Yes,
Truth.
Anyway, I think I'm about ready to call it. Done a lot of walking and no small amount of fighting today. Feeling
Aye.
a little tired.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
see you in the morning.
Assuming the night goes well, I heal back up to full hit points.
Mhm.
Real quick, not to cause concern.
I'm
Are
concerned.
you knocking on our door?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Both of them? Because we're in different rooms.
I'll knock on both of your doors real quick.
At the same
What?
time.
What in the blazes
no.
is going on?
Not to cause concern. I think someone just tried to cast a divination spell on me.
Look,
What time is this?
This would have been like, you guys said your goodnights, walked into your rooms. 2 seconds later, you hear a knock on your door.
As in what? Someone's trying to... What's it called? Scrying? Like someone's trying to scry you?
Something to that effect, yeah.
oh, so it's up right now is what you're saying. So people can see us right now. Hi, people.
No, I fought it off,
Oh, well, that's good.
but I was able to identify it as divination magic. Just wanted you to be aware.
Do you think maybe... Well, I mean, the only people I could think of trying to scry, like, who would have a reason to scry you would be Aldrin himself, who, as far as we know, has no magical abilities at all.
Mhm.
Or one of your family members who that seems possible.
That does seem possible. You guys didn't feel anything?
No?
Twinge? No? Okay.
Nothing for me? Tova? Edan? No, whatever.
No.
Probably not Edan.
Alright, well. Hopefully it's nothing.
You want to see a magic trick?
Oh! Hold on. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh no.
Nyrelion's having a conniption in the hallway. What? What's going on?
Ba-da-ba-ba.
No way.
Hmm.
Oh, I just realized one of my spells can be on me or creature or object weighing no more than 600 pounds.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing.
That was a really long pause for it to be nothing. We've just been in our idle animation while you've just been like, wait.
No, yeah, Nyrelion was just like, oh no. Pulls out a hunk of bread.
and then like Aiden's
Well, I'm sure it's
staring off at like
Yeah.
some light. Durok's like fiddling with his any tool, making it into different things. And then at some point, an NPC walks up, walks into that hallway, sees the four of us just in idle animations, and just like backs out of the hallway.
All right, sorry to interrupt you. Just be aware.
Oh,
Did you
thanks
have a
for.
thought of what it could have been?
Possibly,
now
but
while you were pausing?
I'm sure it's not that. There's no way it could possibly be that. So
What was your thought?
well, so
Like, there's no way, or there's a very, very slim chance that it is, but it's possible.
if it's possible, we have far bigger issues. I'll put it that way. Basically, like, so there's this amulet that I got from the ruins under Thistletoe.
Oh.
It has a lot of very beneficial enchantments on it, but one of the enchantments allows the makers of the amulet to scry through it.
What?
The makers of the amulet are from Thassalon. They're long dead.
Oh.
So,
But what if someone
if that
had
is
like
what happened,
another amulet that was like linked to it?
One ring to
I don't
rule
know.
them all.
it's something to keep an eye on for sure.
So, scrying itself is on a creature, not a object.
But you can scry both.
You can only scribe on a... You can use scrying specifically on a creature.
The spell scrying, yeah, but there's divination magic that lets you look at objects.
Which ones? Like how...
Gosh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for letting us know, Nyrelion.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to... I mean, there's nothing we can really do about it, so we'll just have to stay on our toes, like always.
Sure.
Good night.
Good night.
Through the door. That means you too, Tova. Go to sleep.
Your door opens. Unless you locked it.
Oh, it's closed. Like the door was closed and locked and everything. Yeah.
Aww.
You hear the handle jiggle.
Open that and say it to my face. Are you gonna open the door, brother?
No, sorry. I'm being busy sleeping.
Aw,
In a message, you hear,
you're no
I see why you
fun.
wanted separate rooms.
She'll take her invisibility extract and then walk into her room and no one sees. And she closes the door.
Weird flex, but okay.
I wanted to use it in front of someone, but you weren't gonna open the door.
Oh.
That's alright. Would have been like, say it to my face, and then I would have been invisible. Would have been like, haha, you can't. But,
Joke's on you. I opened the door with
Hey.
see invisibility on.
oh,
No.
that'd be funny. It's a cool spell. I know it, and I wanted to use it. I didn't use any of my extracts today. So. Alright, we go to sleep, I guess. Does anything happen, Jake?
Nope, nothing happens.
Yes.
You
New
guys
day.
Rest.
New day. Day 2 in Magmar.
All right. Nyrelion, you want to do our little test real fast? After we,
Keep
we
going.
like get downstairs after morning rituals and stuff. Because literally every single one of us needs to take an hour in the beginning of the day to do something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure, as long as you can heal me back if it doesn't work.
I will say
Edan can. I mean, I could too, but Edan will probably do it better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say probably this is the best point. Go ahead and level up.
Oh!
Oh.
Very cool.
Ah, Jake.
I rolled a 6.
Yep.
On my
Yeah.
All right. Rolling for hit points. Rolled a 7. Oh, yeah.
My first level of Eldritch Knight.
Nice.
Huzzah! I have 65 hit points.
Let's go.
9.
Dude, nice! You finally got a good roll.
Oh.
Finally.
And it only took getting to level 7.
So yes, you guys wake up the next morning, refreshed, feeling better. Do you want to try your experiment?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Is it a base attack bonus 4 that power attack goes up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
I think so.
Doing a little experiment here.
Bracing myself.
I'll apologize in advance if, well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want this to work or not. Well, guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I'm gonna
No
cast.
matter what happens, something bad is gonna happen.
I'm gonna
Yep.
cast inflict light wounds, and then I'm going to touch Nyrelion's arm.
Go ahead and roll damage.
So I believe it's 1d8 plus caster level.
It caps out though.
Right, but let me double check where.
I think it caps out. I think level 1 caps out at 4.
Plus
I
5.
think it's 5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 1d8 plus 5.
Yep.
Please roll out.
Wouldn't count on it. Wouldn't count on it. It's gonna be 12 points of negative energy.
Ah!
Hope you enjoyed those extra hit points you had.
Yeah, it hurts.
Oh, well, I mean, that's good news.
Yeah, that's great news.
Aiden.
Edan, could you heal him, please?
I'm sure he would.
And heck,
Can I
Aiden
get
can
some healing, Aiden?
hit you with a cure light wounds, and we'll get you patched right back up. I mean, I guess I can. I don't really have.
Yeah.
I don't really have many first level spells that are worth like keeping around. So
Mhm.
I'll burn this bless, and I'll just cast cure light wounds on you. And you heal for 8.
Nice.
Great.
Do you want to be a
But-
full?
No, it's fine.
I can get you to full.
Hold on. 3 points. No, 4. I should be 4 points down, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have to like burn another spell slot for it.
I can burn fervor. I can burn a point of fervor and heal you for 2d6.
Okay. I'm not gonna say no.
I just, I'm feeling bad because that I was the one that hurt you, so 7 healing.
Cool.
I was gonna laugh if it was 2.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the funny thing is, one of the dice rolled 6, the other rolled 1. So it was literally crit on both directions.
Mm-hmm. Well, now we know for certain.
Yes. I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling really good this morning. I learned a lot of stuff last night, and I'm excited for the day.
I told you were supposed to go to sleep.
Yes. Well, I took a very inspiring nap.
Well, oddly enough, I feel similarly. Like I've been bestowed new wisdom and have access to greater magical abilities. I think I may have thought of a way to maybe hit 2 people at the same time, too.
No way.
If I swing my hammer really fast.
Great. I think that's great news, Rocco.
Time to get some breakfast.
I think that'd be good.
Yep.
Guys going down, get some blue bunny up breakfast.
Yes. Oh.
Specialty blue bunny up blueberry pancakes.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
And I learn haste from you at some point. Maybe
Oh yeah. When do you want to do
today.
that?
How long does it take me to learn that?
Hours.
Write it down. I don't know
It
how
would
many
take-
hours.
It would take you roughly 3 hours to try to understand it. Or is it an hour? No, I think it's an hour to understand and then an hour per level to transcribe. Hold on. I always forget which one. Wait. Copying.
It's gonna take a little while.
Well, because there's the understanding check, and then
Then there's the transcribing. Yeah.
Okay, so you spend an hour studying. And then I think to actually like transcribe it, it's an hour per level of the spell. But if you just wanted to understand it,
I
all said and done, assuming you succeeded, it would take 4 hours.
Okay. Maybe tonight after everything.
Mhm.
The
I
day's
mean-
gone.
I don't know that there's a whole lot to do today.
That's
So
true. We're kind of waiting on a summon.
we're waiting on.
Oh, they said to meet at the place at 10?
Yes.
Meet at what place?
The justice office.
Ah, well, there you go.
How early is it? Am I able to
Well,
Yeah,
you've
what time
got
is
start, or does it have to be
you've
straight
got at least an
hours?
hour if you wanted to do your reading part of it.
Let me do that.
No, you can do that when I'm preparing spells.
Oh, you didn't already do that?
I was
Well,
gonna do it
he only
breakfast.
pulls his book out like
I know.
Yep.
every so often.
Once a day, right? Or like a few
Once
times
a
a
day.
day. Excellent. She's gonna start learning haste, Jake.
Sweet.
That'll be a DC 18 spellcraft check to understand.
Oh man, I don't know.
You can do
DC what now?
18.
18.
10 or higher. Come on. 5. Crap. I guess this can't be done in haste. Ha.
Ha. Do we have another hour for her to try again?
She can't try again for the rest of the week.
Oh, get wrecked.
Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let's see if there was a.
You somehow need to have a plus 13 spellcraft.
Clearly. Is that really the way?
Yep.
Or it's. Are you sure it's not craft alchemy?
No,
It's spellcraft
It's spellcraft.
specifically?
it's spellcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Where are these alchemist rules here? Do you have a link, Noah, of where you're looking for the alchemist rules?
It's not alchemist
It's
rules.
not alchemist rules,
It's
it's
just
copying a spell.
yeah. The alchemist rules are going to be the same as wizard rules for, as far as like what it takes to put something in your formula book.
I thought it was different, but I can.
The thing that's different is that you can learn things from a wizard spell book, but a wizard can't learn things from your formula book.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really great opportunity as an alchemist to be like, boy, I sure would love to share my knowledge with you, but I just can't.
Because you wouldn't understand it.
So,
Wouldn't
what other
understand.
spells do you have
Right.
that I can replicate with chemistry?
An alchemist can prepare. Okay. To learn or use an extract, an alchemist must have an intelligence score equal to 10 plus the extract's level. At
Yep.
least. The
Yep.
DC for the saving throw against the alchemist extract is 10 plus the extract
This
level
isn't-
plus the alchemist.
This is just using extracts, not for transcribing one.
That's to learn. Oh, to transcribe. Oh, right.
So by learning, they just mean in general. Anytime you would gain an extract, whether that's from leveling up or if it's from you studying something. If you had an intelligence score of 6, you couldn't be using. You literally can't learn extracts that are level 7. Not that they exist, but
An alchemist does not need to decipher arcane writings before copying them.
oh,
Where's that?
That's what's different. At the very bottom of the alchemy section in an alchemist, this very last line before the bomb section.
I
An
don't
alchemist.
think so.
Oh.
It's the spellcraft check DC 15 plus spells level is at the end of copying over the spell.
No, it's at the end of the deciphering period.
No matter what the spell source, the wizard must first decipher the magical writing.
This is wizard.
Yeah.
Next, he must spend 1 hour studying the spell.
That's wizard.
So you
It's
decipher
different.
it. Yes, but I'm saying there's a separation between decipher the magical writing and the actual studying of the spell.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Decipher magical writings, see arcane magical writings, then spend an hour studying. So studying is different than deciphering.
So yes, yep, and here it goes. Once a spell from another spellcaster's book is deciphered, reader must make a spellcraft check to prepare the spell. So yeah, in order to copy it over, you would have to, basically it's, when you open up a spell book, it looks like pure gibberish until you take the time to actually look through and see what it is.
So, Jess, what did the Alchemist rule say?
I copied it into the our chat here. The very last line just says an alchemist does not need to decipher arcane writings before copying them.
So you don't need to do the decipher check.
You still need to study though, because there's deciphering.
But the study
Then
is just a
studying.
time, not a check.
No, the study is check.
Studying is the
The
check.
study is the
there's
check?
deciphering, which is
Okay.
a whole other thing that involves a check. Then there's studying,
Okay.
which also involves a check, and then
So she
copying
failed the
automatically.
study check.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just has to make one check instead of two. Most of the time it doesn't really come into play because you're either buying from a spell from someone who straight up tells you, this is a haste spell. That's what this magic writing means. Or it's from a, if you look in like a wizard spell book, but it's not labeled haste spell at the top, you just have to decipher what the magical writing is, but you don't have to do that with Alchemist.
So yeah, a decipher check is DC 20 plus the spell's level. The study check is only 15 plus the spell's level. But there are ways around the decipher check, such as like being an alchemist or like using like read magic. But that doesn't count for studying it.
So I have to wait a week before learning haste.
Yes.
All right. Okay, that's the way it is. Well, in other news, I'm very excited about other things. So we'll see how this week goes.
Mm-hmm. And you guys eventually head on down to the Hall of Justice.
The Hall of Justice.
It is a big, grandiose Capitol building that it is the court system. It is the mayor's office at the top. And you also know that the prison system, which, with your knowledge local checks that you made, you know the prisons here are called the Hells, are below the courthouse.
Nice.
You guys head on inside, and there's a lot of different people running different which ways, judges, tons of guards everywhere. A lot of hustle and bustle in this part of the city. And you see there are just a bunch of clerks around taking people in, ledgers, that kind of thing.
Well, we're here.
Yep. Should we like talk to a clerk or something?
Who are we waiting for again? Ironbriar? Or who was the other one that lieutenant mentioned?
Well, yeah, they said we'd probably be talking to one of them, but I don't know which.
Captain...
excuse me.
Captain Roderick? Or Justice Ironbriar?
We were told to come here and check in regarding some events at the
Foxglove?
Foxglove Townhouse yesterday.
Yes, let me see about that. And he looks through ledgers. All right. All right. Come with me. I'll lead you up to. Let's see. You'll be meeting with Justice Ironbriar. And This clerk will lead you upstairs to the main judge's offices. And taking you into one of the rooms, you see it's a very nice, very well organized, and full office. You see there's a man sitting behind the desk and a little name placard saying Justice Ironbrook. You see this man looks to be middle-aged for an elf. Slightly older, very kind of stern face to him, and wearing the full judge's regalia, which in this case would be golds, reds, and purples.
Whoa.
I take it you are here for the murders and the Foxglove incident.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Come on in, please. Have a seat. I have some questions for you.
Happily.
I've read over the reports that the lieutenant brought in. It's a shame about that family, but if he's involved in this mess somehow, makes it a whole lot worse, especially if, as your reports indicate, ghouls, ghasts, and a revenant.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the well, in your reports, there were a few murderers that had this insignia
Aye.
carved into the chest of their victims. Have you seen this insignia elsewhere?
Yes, we have.
I have it in the reports that there was the ruins under Sandpoint.
Mm-hmm. Also, the ruins under Thistletop.
And Thistletop as well, okay. Are you aware of what
It's
this
old.
symbol is?
It's tied to Thassalon.
Yes. This symbol... was it? This symbol was a major symbol of Thassalon. There's so little we know about Thassalon that even just having the symbol is barely anything of a clue. Just that it's something very old, very ancient, and rituals we don't fully comprehend. Whoever's clearing out these murders, one of two things is a possibility. One, they found some sort of lost, forbidden knowledge of Thassalon involving these runes. The other is a sort of fanatic that they've gotten something in their heads about Thassalon. We don't know at this moment. And I was hoping, unfortunately, to learn more. I'm disturbed to hear that these murders and carvings have gone beyond just Magmar. As I'm sure you're aware, Magmar has its own history with Thassalon with the Irespan. Thistletop, I've heard rumors of its history with Thassalon. The ruins underneath Sandpoint and Thistlepop indicate that as well. That's why this leads me to believe either they've probably found something real, and that is incredibly worrying. With this rune, we don't know really what it does, what the intent is, other than the sacrifice that's necessary for whatever the ritual is, has required a great number of bodies. And it's worrying that we haven't seen any effects of that ritual. Either it's something big and takes a while to build up with a lot of murders, or it's something that can be filled or charged. There's so little we do know, it's worrying, to say the least. And if you guys have any more insight on what you know about these runes, Thassalon that might be indicated in this, please let me know.
So,
In regards,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, you.
I was just gonna ask about clarification of Thassalon. I don't know much about it, but it's a whole era, right? It's a whole time period of magic. This is just one portion of it, not just all of it, right? That's being represented
Yes.
here.
Yes and no. Thassalon was an ancient empire long, long ago.
Right.
The symbol here, what scholars have called the Sahedron, is a major symbol in Thessalonian arcane scholars. It's been studied extensively for as much as we could study it. And it crops up again and again all throughout Thassalon.
What does it what does its symbol represent? Like, is like different clubs have different insignias, that represent like the things that they stand for. Is this symbol representing something that we're not understanding?
You're more on the nose than you think with that. The Sahedron, as you can see, is a 7-pointed star, each point being separated into its own piece, I guess you could say. The Thessalonian arcane scholars at the time categorized magic differently, practice it slightly differently. Now, today, we have the 8 schools of magic: divination, abjuration, the others. Back then, there were 7 schools of arcane magic, known as the 7 Sins. Each one represented by, well, a shard of the Sahedron. Together, the 7 shards formed the star, the Sahedron, and the Sahedron was originally created and wielded by the great emperor. What's his name? The Archmage Zen. Which I'll say, you've heard the name Archmage Zen. It's very much on par with like someone saying King Arthur. Zen was a wizard who was like
Like a myth.
he is the Merlin of this
Merlin,
world,
got
essentially. He was probably the most powerful wizard who has ever lived. He's the one who created Thassalon, essentially. And, well, he's the one who made the Sahedron. Those who came after him, the RUNELORDS, shattered the Sahedron into the 7 pieces and the 7 Sen schools of magic. Yes.
Point of clarification. I believe when Zin made the Sahedron, it was the 7 virtues, not the 7 sins.
That is correct. It was the 7 virtues that their counterpoints became known as the more common now of the 7 sins.
Why did it change? Because that's a pretty big detail.
Zen was a man of, well, virtue. He believed greatly in the use of magic for good, in wielding power rightly, and the 7 virtues come from carried over from his culture across the sea. I'm blanking on the name of the nation right now. And so in everything he did with magic, he carried those virtues with him. However, when he was betrayed and killed by his RUNELORDS, who essentially at that point ran Thassalon, they turned those, and each one taking over one of the shards and one of the virtues for evil intent, and it became known as Sin Man.
So, okay. So altogether, the symbol together is a good thing? Or is it representing a bad thing now?
It's been used for both.
That's the best way to put it. It was created for good, used for evil.
Got it. So but definitely in this instance that we're seeing it used, it's probably more likely
Evil, yes.
cultists resurfacing or people wannabe like copycats of RuneLords. Is that
Yeah.
kind of what it
It's
sounds
not
like?
copycats isn't really a thing. The problem is that there's so little known about it that we don't know what would be copied or copyable.
Mm.
I mean, we've barely. There's so much we still don't know about the construction of the Span, and it's just a bridge. If we are struggling to learn about a single bridge,
Hmm.
imagine how much we're missing from the entire empire.
Right. All right. Interesting.
It's been. I'm sure as we delve more into this and get to the heart of the matter, there will be some answers and some things uncovered that probably had never been uncovered before.
Right. Well, whoever these people are, they seem to use this symbol as a unifying stamp of their works, which are not good. So at least we can identify them as uniform in this sense, where
Yes.
they're kind of leaving their signature on their deeds.
And that's what we need to figure out is if this signature is even necessary. If it's doing some sort of something arcane and the symbol is absolutely necessary to those machinations, that's bad. If it's a symbol carved by fanatics for no greater reason than symbolism, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Mm.
But
So
there's still
far,
people being murdered.
from what I've seen, I would be more likely to lean towards fanatics.
We've yet to see any magical effects come of these
Yeah.
murders.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything that's like
And
outlandish, crazy.
very little care has been taken with the bodies as well.
Yes, from what I've
The
gathered,
symbol was carved quite carefully, but the rest of everything to do with the bodies, careful is not a word I would use.
Yeah.
yeah,
It seems more of like a group of people are going around killing people and they're like, oh, don't forget to leave our stamp and like, ha, we're here. Okay. Just to scare people,
that's what I hope it is.
The concept of filling something, the only thing that I would be able to think of would be something like a rune well, but that generally, from what I know of them, that's not how they work. So
Problem is, the only rune well I know of is the one that you found beneath Sandpoint,
yeah,
What's a rune well?
the Dorito.
Dorito.
Dorito chip. I was gonna say, what about the Dorito chips?
Yeah, it's a pool of arcane energy. It's fueled by the Sen emotion. So I'm not sure why or how these would exactly connect. Is there anything else you can think of that might be pertinent to this investigation?
GM, is there anything that we're forgetting that we should definitely be bringing up right now? It's late at night and it's been a few weeks
Yeah.
since we've played, or those things.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we should be thinking?
Not that I can think of off the top of my
GM
head.
shout out.
Yeah. Help us, GM, mighty GM.
Oh, there was the 7-sided box at Misgivings
Hmm.
in all of the
Stained glass
art.
windows.
Right.
Yes.
So we connected all of that stained glass art to like the process of someone trying to become a lich. All of the like archetypal ingredients for your stereotypical lichdom ritual were shown in those windows, and all of them were connected to a 7-sided box.
Were there any other symbols of Thassalon connected to those boxes?
I don't remember
Not
there being
unless a
anything.
treant, a rock, a sphinx, or a kraken are symbols of Thassalon.
No, I think the 7 was probably more indicative of some arcane feature than Thessalonia.
Yeah, it's just an interesting coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I'm not terribly fond of coincidences. If that's all you have for me, there is
Um,
something I would like to ask of you guys.
Oh, what's that?
You mentioned you've been helping Sheriff Hemlock with all this,
yeah,
Aye.
and you've brought a good amount of information.
Yep.
There was a woman. You said you found
Oh,
Iesha.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Well, it would have been.
We were tracking her as she was tracking Aldrin
We just couldn't keep up.
on the account of her being undead and not needing to
She
sleep.
can, yeah, she can literally, and she screamed at us. So she's
Well, we did try to
got
slow her down.
powers. Like she's got
It's okay.
effects that she can use.
Let the justice speak.
Right.
We had someone. Few reports of a woman running through the streets. Not too long ago. I'm trying to think just timeline wise.
Not too long ago, as in 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
It would have been early morning, just before daybreak.
That sounds about
That-
right.
She came into town. Guard tried to stop her. Fortunately, he survived, but was horrifically injured trying to stop her. I've gathered reports of other people who saw her. She made her way through town. And one report of her going down into the sewers. Not sure if she is a revenant, as he mentioned.
Oh.
She is.
Do you know
She
which
was entering her quarry down there.
sewer she entered?
Yeah.
I have a location.
Great. We should check it
All
out.
right.
At the very least, we need to find her.
Yeah. Best case scenario, the situation's already dealt with itself.
I wouldn't count on it, but I suppose, yeah, that's the best case scenario. Maybe. Of course, it's got to be a sewer.
Are we getting to a point where we can wrap up relatively soon?
Yep, we're just about there.
Pause.
Fast travel unlocked. Open the minimap. Fast travel to the sewer.
All right, and he'll show you on a map. It was down here in Low Cleft.
Oh, hold on. Reping. Oh, there we go. Oh, great. Oh, interesting. Okay. Cool.
Who drew the red circle?
That was me.
Oh, okay. How do you spell her name? Aisha?
Iesha. And that, I think, is where we will leave off for tonight.
Woo. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Time to go sewer diving.
Ha! Yeah, Aiden. Aiden's like, what? As soon as Jordan comes back.
light.
Yeah, it should be cool. I'm excited to use some of my new abilities and things, so this is going to be
I'm excited for an opportunity to cleave.
Yes. That'll be sweet. Very
Alright.
cool. Okay, well, good night, guys, and
Night, guys.
Have a good night.